he is, God, he has got so much damn potential.
He definitely does.
What do you make of that fight?
It went exactly as I expected, except it went a little bit longer. I wish Joshua would have just hit him with that right a little bit sooner, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It's exactly what Jake Paul needed.
Mike Tyson's first words after Anthony Joshua knocked out Jake Paul perfectly show the stunned reaction. Mike Tyson could not believe the precision and power Anthony Joshua displayed in the ring. Jake Paul was completely exposed and outclassed. This was a reminder why Anthony Joshua remains one of the top heavyweights in the world.
I want to make sure, I believe it once I see him in the ring.
Anthony Joshua dominated Jake Paul with brutal efficiency while Jake kept going down on all fours nearly 20 times, exposing every weakness in his game. Like and then hype this video to get your valuable opinion pinned in the comments. The fight showed Anthony Joshua's calm control and ruthless precision, proving why Jake Paul is out of his depth and why Anthony Joshua remains a heavyweight force to be reckoned with.
Fight, brother.
Terrible. Straight terrible.
Why terrible?
Because, me personally, why is Jake going down on all fours at least 20 times, right? And AJ's just standing there, right? Punching him up, doing this, that, and the other. I'm glad he won, okay? Because Jake is not it. I never liked Jake anyway, but like, he ain't it.
But should Anthony Joshua finish the job sooner?
He should have, but at least it was within the 8 rounds. So I'm happy that it was around.
Anthony Joshua's knockout of Jake Paul left everyone in awe, even the most critical observers. The sheer power and timing made Joe Rogan stand up in disbelief, capturing the magnitude of what happens. Anthony Joshua proved that when skill, experience, and power combine, even the loudest hype and bravado from Jake Paul cannot withstand it.
To this day, and I do it based on my reaction. Obviously, this is personal. I say it's the greatest knockout of all time. First time I ever stood up, I couldn't sit down. I was standing up. I was just like, oh!
I saw that. I saw you stand up. That's the first time I saw it.
Mike Tyson praised Anthony Joshua's technique, emphasizing how he can deliver devastating power without overcommitting. This skill separates champions from hype fighters like Jake Paul. Anthony Joshua's precision and ability to control distance made every punch count, showcasing why his knockout of Jake Paul was not just brute force, but masterful execution of timing and
I
power.
want him to throw the punches through the guy, not after hit the guy, just boom, not with the full force. So I was showing him how to throw the full force without bringing your hand way back and throwing the punch. So I showed him.
Anthony Joshua showed Jake Paul the harsh reality of professional boxing. Wade Plemon highlights that even without a flawless performance, Anthony Joshua did exactly what was required. Jake Paul faced a level of skill and strategy he was not prepared for. And Anthony Joshua's control and precision reinforced why he is at the top of the heavyweight division.
Because what just happened, what you just saw was, yes, Jake Paul finding out there's levels to this game. Yes, Anthony Joshua not having the greatest performance of all time, but him doing exactly what he had to do, what he needed to do for boxing, what he needed to do for himself, for his life.
Johnny Nelson captures the essence of what unfolded as Anthony Joshua systematically dismantled Jake Paul. It wasn't just about a knockout. It was about exposing the reality of Jake Paul's bravado. Anthony Joshua broke his confidence, stripped away self-belief, and forced him to confront his limits. Each fall and stumble reflected the control Anthony Joshua had over the fight, proving the gap between a true heavyweight champion and a social media fighter.
They wanted AJ to knock this boy out clean and get rid of him because everybody I've spoken to, they're like, I want to see Jake Paul get knocked out. And I just said, I don't want to see him get knocked out. I want to see him get beat up. I want to see him quit. I want to see the reality of everything he's saying and doing kick in. And in a way it did happen, but he didn't get beat up. And slowly but surely the confidence, the self-belief ripped out of him to the point where he's dropping on his knees. He's like, he must have fallen down about 12.
Anthony Joshua openly admits it wasn't his finest night. Yet, the objective was clear and flawlessly executed. Pinning down Jake Paul and landing that decisive right hand showed the strategic brilliance behind every move. Anthony Joshua remained focused on the endgame, confirming why no hype or bravado from Jake Paul could ever match a true heavyweight champion's mindset.
I appreciate everyone in this venue. Now, you asked me a question. Look, it wasn't the best performance. It wasn't the best. The end goal was to get Jake Paul, pin him down and hurt him. That has been the request leading up, and that was on my mind. It took a bit longer than expected,
But Joseph Parker highlights Anthony Joshua's calculated approach. Even if the knockout didn't come immediately, his patience and timing allowed him to methodically dismantle Jake Paul. This was not chaos or luck. Anthony Joshua executed a strategy, hunted down every opening, and delivered a finish worthy of his reputation as one of the elite heavyweights in the sport.
I think he did what he had to do. He went out there, took his time, chased him down, unloaded, and got the knockout. So it's what we were expecting. I thought it would be earlier, but he got the job done. So congratulations to Joshua.
Eddie Hearn emphasizes the sheer resilience of Anthony Joshua. Even when Jake Paul tried to assert himself early, Anthony Joshua's chin held firm and his composure remained unshaken. This performance reinforced why he's the #1 heavyweight in the world, blending power, durability, and technical mastery in a way that no internet sensation could ever replicate.
The first round, Flush didn't even flinch. You see that tonight? That was an absolute abomination, if that is even a word, because that is a monster. The #1 heavyweight in the world.
Daniel Cormier nails the reality of the fight. Anthony Joshua looked in complete control, facing an opponent far below his level. Every movement, every punch showcased the skill gap and highlighted why Anthony Joshua remains a true elite heavyweight. Jake Paul was simply outclassed. And Anthony Joshua's dominance was clear from the way he dictated pace and imposed his will throughout the ring. This was a masterclass in managing a fight against someone who overestimates their own abilities. Music, Anthony Joshua's power, timing, and presence were undeniable, leaving no doubt about who truly owns the heavyweight division.
Hey, Joshua looked good, dude.
Joshua looked good.
He looked good right off.
Joshua actually looked like he was fighting a guy that was not on his level a little bit.
Jake Paul admits the damage he suffered and acknowledges Anthony Joshua's superiority. Even with bravado, the pain and reality were evident. Anthony Joshua imposed his strength and precision so effectively that Jake Paul's jaw couldn't withstand the pressure. This moment reinforces that no amount of hype or social media clout can replace true skill and power. Anthony Joshua reminded everyone why he is a legitimate champion. The lesson is brutal and clear. Anthony Joshua's ability to control the fight and execute his plan left Jake Paul humbled and exposed to the unforgiving nature of real boxing.
Jaw is broken, by the way, so yeah. It's definitely broke. But, man, that was good. Nice little ass whooping from one of the best to ever do it, so.
Logan Paul's words highlight the respect Anthony Joshua commands in the ring. Even when facing injury and chaos, Anthony Joshua's performance proved why he is feared. His toughness, resilience, and ability to finish the fight despite Jake Paul's antics underline his status as a true elite. This is the kind of power and mental strength only real champions possess. The courage to step into the ring with Anthony Joshua separates the amateurs from the pros, and his dominance leaves a lasting impression that hype fighters like Jake Paul cannot match.
I think he won 4 of them. People argue that. He at least won 3. No one expected him to last that long. Rolled his ankle, broke his jaw, still fucking fighting, man. Like, that's toughness. You know, most people wouldn't have the balls ever to step in a boxing ring in their life. He stepped in a boxing ring with one of the baddest men on the planet. Who's 40 pounds heavier than him and 6 inches taller.
Tyson Fury's stunned reaction speaks volumes about the magnitude of Anthony Joshua's performance. Even a fighter of Fury's caliber could not hide his astonishment at the precision and power displayed. Anthony Joshua's knockout of Jake Paul was not only efficient, but executed with the kind of mastery that leaves seasoned professionals shocked. This is a moment that reinforces Anthony Joshua's supremacy and reminds everyone why he is considered one of the top heavyweights in the world. The ability to dominate a fight with such ease leaves no room for doubt or debate. Cheering. Hearn perfectly captures the reality of Anthony Joshua's dominance. Every punch thrown by Jake Paul was absorbed with little effect, showing the monster strength and durability Anthony Joshua possesses. Being #1 in the heavyweight division is more than just a title. It is evident in how he neutralized Jake Paul's attacks effortlessly. Anthony Joshua's control, resilience, and tactical superiority made the fight look easy, proving that no hype or pre-fight antics could challenge a true champion. Jake Paul was exposed and outclassed, demonstrating the harsh divide between social media fighters and real heavyweights.
I hit him 4 or 5 times early in the first round, flush, didn't even flinch. You see that tonight? That was an absolute abomination, if that is even a word, because that is a monster. The #1 heavyweight in the world.
Eddie Hearn highlights the resilience of Jake Paul, but it also emphasizes Anthony Joshua's skill and patience. Even after a period out of the ring, Anthony Joshua managed to assess, adapt, and dominate. His timing, positioning, and ability to control the fight prove why he is a true heavyweight champion. Anthony Joshua's calculated approach dismantled Jake Paul's movements while showcasing his own ring IQ and strength. The contrast between Jake Paul's hustle and Anthony Joshua's composed power underlines why hype cannot replace genuine talent. Anthony Joshua imposed his game flawlessly and reminded everyone of his superiority.
He was a tough guy in there. Obviously, he moved a lot and made it difficult for AJ. And AJ's been out of the ring for a while. He's a bit rusty. It took him time to just get hold of him, but I was impressed with Jake. And listen,
Dave Allen calls out the one-sided nature of the fight while recognizing Jake Paul's fitness. Despite his cleverness and endurance, he was no match for Anthony Joshua's elite skill and power. Anthony Joshua dictated every moment, showing why he is at a completely different level. The gap in experience, ring IQ, and knockout capability was clear. Anthony Joshua's dominance is a reminder that natural talent combined with discipline outshines hype and social media fame. Jake Paul's journey may continue, but the fight exposed the limits of hype fighters and reinforced why Anthony Joshua remains a top-tier heavyweight champion.
Well, the fight was, it weren't a fight, was it? It was really, really one-sided. Jake Paul, yeah, I've got to give him credit really, because he's super fit. He's pretty clever really. Like, he'd make a good good journeyman.
Ariel Wani captures the sheer intimidation Anthony Joshua brings to the ring. Every punch carries immense threat due to his size, reach, and raw power. His prime condition and technical skill make him a nightmare opponent for anyone like Jake Paul. Anthony Joshua's ability to end a fight at any moment forces opponents to react under constant pressure. This is the reality of facing a world-class heavyweight. Jake Paul may have courage and fitness, but Anthony Joshua's combination of strength, technique, and fight IQ is on another level entirely. He makes the ring his domain effortlessly.
Every time he threw a punch, I like winced, because he's a big man and he's an incredible boxer and he's still in his prime, and he's got a very long reach and he's got a lot of power in that right hand, and that left hook is terrifying as well, and so I thought it could end at any moment.
Vidal Riley explains that Anthony Joshua's victory was about more than just winning. It was about expanding influence and reaching new audiences. Despite being already famous, Anthony Joshua's performance against Jake Paul showcased his global appeal and professional dominance. Every technical decision, every knockout punch reinforced his image as a top heavyweight. Anthony Joshua's skill sets and strategic execution allow him to inspire and engage communities previously untouched by his fights. Jake Paul's role in this was minor. He became the platform to demonstrate Anthony Joshua's full capabilities. This win strengthens his legacy and worldwide reputation.
AJ's win today was the bread. AJ's win today was the exposure to more people. Even though he's mad famous, as we know, like, there's a community he hasn't touched, and I think he touched that community today.